Well, speechless is not a term that would usually describe me, but I think I'd make an exception for today because the hot topic with me and with my circles of friends and even with the discussion forums that I'm involved in seems to be the Cash4Clunkers program that is going on right now. And I'm going to pull over. The government is going to discontinue that on Monday. Well, when they first introduced it, I thought it was a terrible idea. I thought it was a terrible idea because it's going to take perfectly serviceable used cars off the road. What I said in my other blog was that, 98 Ford Taurus that's all one color but happens to have 100,000 miles on it, that's not a clunker, that's an old car. If it's dependable and doesn't look bad and would pass the inspection of its respective state, that's not a clunker, that's an old car. Okay? But out of greed, people are going to get $3,000 and $4,000 for something like that. They're just going to scrap otherwise perfectly serviceable used cars. I went by a car carrier a little less than a week ago. There was white writing on all the windows of the cars that were on the carrier, and they all said clunker. Well, I'm going to have to do this from memory right now. I didn't take a picture. There was a Mercury Villager that looked a little rough. That was probably a clunker. There were two Chevrolet pickup trucks. They're both about a 95-ish. They're a little rough around the edges, the quarter panels, fenders, doors. I don't know if I'd call them clunkers if they ran and were dependable, but they were in dire need of paint, and probably the expense of painting it would exceed its value. That might make it a clunker. Buick Roadmaster wagon, the fenders and doors were pretty well shot. Exhaust looked to be gone. Yeah, that's probably a clunker. Mercury Cougar was perfect. It was absolutely perfect. It was either a Ford Thunderbird or a Mercury Cougar. It was black, and it looked perfect. A Dodge van that was white in color. If there was any rust at all, it would have been very obvious. That was perfect. That wasn't a clunker. And you could see the frame painted black. Had good tires on it, even I could see as I was riding alongside this tractor trailer for several miles. A Ford Crown Victoria that was absolutely beautiful. It was like something your grandfather would have. It was probably an 89 or a 90, but it was perfectly straight. Most likely it didn't have that many miles on it, but even if it did, it wasn't a clunker. So I was kind of disgusted with the promo of that, although I did get some information from some people, both via discussion boards and in person. Different people said things that got my attention. Like, for one thing, you couldn't just pull something out of the field behind your house and trade it in. It can't be some 82 Chrysler Cordoba that's rotted to the ground. It's got to be something, I guess, that was registered within the year, and so that's good. That's getting junk off the road, not getting it out of the backyard and appealing to somebody's greed where they're going to try to get $4,000 for it. I heard two different things on this. I heard some people say that once they're traded in as a clunker, you can't take the parts off it. Other people say you can. I don't know. I didn't find out from official enough people. I didn't ask. I didn't inquire. I don't have any clunkers to trade in. I was against the program. Now I have mixed feelings because what I found out just a few days ago is they're ending the program Monday, but they've sold over 400,000 cars on this Cash4Clunker business. Well, suddenly I start wondering if maybe it was a bad idea after all. 400,000 cars is something they need to sell. General Motors, Chrysler, Ford, and even some of the imported companies that were struggling a little bit, calling some people back to work. So maybe it's okay to sacrifice a couple of used cars to have this be, and now they're going to end it. So they say they were going to have a stimulus program. They say they're going to. That was stimulating. while I still don't want to destroy perfectly usable old cars, I guess I could see destroying one once in a while if it's getting the economy going. And I think that was. If that really sold 400,000 cars, and 2.5 days from now, actually 1.5 days from now, close of business Monday, it's going to be done with. So that confuses me a little. I mean, they declared the recession over a couple months ago. I don't know how you can just declare it over, but hey, what do I know? So that's what's been on my mind. If anybody would like to talk about that, that would be interesting. Thank you.